Good morning, good people. Right, today I am mostly getting covered in oil and throwing spanners at my little A2. Driving home from work yesterday, it suddenly lost power, basically. It drove all right, you can sort of get up to sort of 60 very, very slowly. So, I've been on the Facebook group, Audi A2 Owners Club UK. Thanks guys for all your tips, and let's see what the score is. Let's start her up, see if we can hear any hissing noise, because general consensus is the intercooler. Is that on? Let's get rid of that stereo, that needs to go off. Right, here we go. Now the intercooler, you've got the radiator there, and the intercooler I think sits on this side behind all this guff. So let's get this bonnet off, see what we can hear. Right, 2 seconds. Right, there's the inspection cover off. It's not really a bonnet, is it? Well, I can't really see. The intercooler is right down right down in there, but I can't really see any oil anywhere down there. It's very, very dry, which I would have thought if the sill would have gone, because you got oil vapour and stuff going through there, that would be all messy. There's no oil on the floor. What do we think? Well, it's all looking very oily and sticky and messy behind where the turbo is and the turbo actuator. Now, before this did this thing yesterday, let me just turn the engine off. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? Before that happened, let's just turn that off. No noises, no hissing, none of that going on. Yeah, the car would normally drive. I mean, since when I bought the car home, bought it from a guy in Liss. So it was a good sort of 60-mile drive home for me. And the car was going fine until you come to an incline on the 303. It would die. The power would go from like sort of 70 down to like 55, 50. By the time you got to the top of the hill, then it started picking up speed again, and off you go, sort of thing. But it's always been like that. It's always done that. So I've always suspected that lack of turbo boost, some leakage in the pipe, in the plumbing for the turbo system. But now that this went yesterday, I'm kind of thinking, oh, hello. Going out for a walk, look.
No, he's not.
He's having a wrestle. Oh, he's going in the car?
Yeah.
Oh, well done. See you later. Ta-da. Happy hunting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think there was a split in the plumbing, in the in that kind of system, and now the pipe's popped. That's my thinking, because there is no turbo power at all. It's just like an A2 without a turbo. Ooh.
Oh, hello. Sorry.
I don't know.
Somebody say something.
Right, leave me to it for 10 minutes. I'm going to have a good old play and tear that engine cover off at the top there. I've got my camera on a stalk. And get it right in there and see if I can see anything. The good news is I have a perfectly clean actuator and throttle body in the shed that I have restored from that job lot of parts I picked up. Right, let me crack on then. Right, but I've just done a little experimento in that I took the vacuum pipe which sucks the actuator valve up, lifts it up to allow more air through, etc. on acceleration. Now, there is the actuator, that is it there, and with the pipe on, it sounds exactly the same as when the pipe's off. So I reckon that is clogged right up and unable to move. Now, having said that, this pipe there, can you see that? That was resting on that manifold there, and it is worn quite through. I can't really show you it like that because I need to get right in there and turn. Let's go around. See that? Nope. Nope. It doesn't look like it's holed, but it is very thin. It's literally worn through the rubber. I can't physically see a split. But then when I had the pipe off and put that mounted pipe onto the end of my finger, it sucked to the point where get it off. But I don't think there's enough vacuum there to pull the actuator up. So I've checked all the plumbing here, making sure, because when I first bought the car, which one was it? This pipe, this one here, was out of there. But of course, when I had the bonnet up, I put that back in immediately, and I've driven it ever since. But everything else seems to be a-okay plumbing wise. I've checked everything, everything's tight. But I mean, has this stuff degraded over the years? Don't know. We've got a T-piece, you see at the back there somewhere. Where's the T-piece? There it is, just there. Yes, behind all that lot. You know, have the pipes perished as such? I don't know. These seem to be okay. So my line of thought is replace that one vacuum pipe that goes over the manifold that is pretty much melted through, because it's very soft in one place. If you can imagine, there is a vacuum inside there, and the air is wanting to be sucked down the pipe, opening up, sucking up the actuator valve. Now, if that pipe is very thin and worn, where it's so supple, it's just going to be sucking in that damaged pipe, isn't it, and not having the full strength of vacuum to open up the actuator. So what I think I'm going to do first is the easy part, which is, well, relatively easy, and that is to change that hose for a nice firm new something out of one of my drawers. So yeah, let me do that and we'll see if it makes any difference. There is nothing wrong with the intercooler. It's bone dry. I've been right underneath it and right round it. Okay, let's have a look. Right, I have the offending critter out. This end goes on the valves, and obviously this end goes round. Now you can see what I mean, look, about melting away. It's actually like that. Now I've stuck that end in my choppers, sucked a net finger on that end. It doesn't seem to be losing any pressure, but sorry, I just don't trust that one little bit. So I'm going to go and renew this piece of cable here. Why is that not bloody focusing? Come on, shit phone. Right, I'm going to go and renew that, and then have a really good look at the actuator itself, seeing if I can possibly remove that in situ like that. Right guys, I'm scratching my head a little tiny bit here. The original actuator is still on the car. I've just unplumbed it, if you like. Here is my one that I cleaned up, oops, ages ago. Nice and clean inside there, beautiful. Now I've plumbed this in directly up into that gubbins up there, and the suction is rather good, so I'm not really going to meddle with that hose. I'm just going to put some more protection around there. Now here's the thing, when it's ticking over, these two holes, 1, 2, when this vacuum sucks, it sucks in air from there, you see. Now that to me looks like it had something over it at some point, because when you block these up, that plunger starts to rise when you rev it. So is there something missing from there and there on the one on the car? Answers on a postcard. Can I leave it there, guys, and let you have a bit of a think? And please drop some comments below to help me out, because I really need to get my car on the road by Monday. Okay, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to put the lid back on and go and have a brew. Alright guys, thanks for watching and thanks for your help.